Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Media True Nerd, and welcome back to Fear Equation, where we're getting very, very close to salvation indeed. I know it looks like it's a bit of a way away, but we have quite a bit of fuel. We could make a direct run there right now, but I'm kind of curious about some of the other people that's around. Plus, if we make a direct run there right now, we'll arrive there with very little food or fuel left, and I'm not convinced that's going to be the actual end of the game. So just in case, we're just going to divert slightly. In fact, it's not going to take us much longer. In terms of like actual game time, it's going to be about the same. We're going to go on a much more interesting route, picking up one person of interest, swinging by possibly to get some gas depending on how the timings work out, and then moving straight on to salvation, hopefully later this part. So, let's kick off, shall we? And we begin this episode with explosions, shamblers. The shamblers are going after Carriage 3. Carriage 3 is extremely well equipped to deal with shamblers. If they can't deal with it, I'll be amazed. Plus, they've got medical supplies. I think at this point we can weather the storm quite effectively. Alright, let's see what we got here. Carriage 2, injuries by Billy Sanchez. Carriage 2. The carriage has some defences, electrified barriers. The attack wasn't too dangerous. We figured we could handle it. Ernest Torres gave us the edge. She powered up the electrified barriers the moment the attack began. Carriage 2? Was Carriage 2 always the Shambler carriage? I always thought that was Carriage 3. Do you have good defences against Shamblers? Yeah, you've got all the defences against Shamblers. You are absolutely A-OK. Yeah, you're absolutely fine. Alright, good. We're absolutely fine there. And at this point, it's mainly just a case of keeping an eye on the dream logs, keeping an eye on the food supplies, making sure everyone's got enough food and medicine that they feel comfortable. But everyone should do for the moment. Everyone should be absolutely fine. In fact, with everyone but Carriage 3 on-site and Carriage 3 neutral, not hostile, we should be safe from any form of insurrection. So in that case, I think we're okay just to crack on. Now, it's the 17th today, and we're almost on top of that person of interest who's in a house. Houses are incredibly easy to deal with, so to be honest, we really don't need much here. We basically just need, yeah, the usual team, pretty much. In fact, we don't even need the full usual team. It's completely unnecessary. All we really need is James Garcia, where are you? There's Garcia, there's Richard Ross. We may as well kind of take along, pretty much just take along the usual team, to be honest. Oh, but whoa, we've got a change in Carriage 4. Patricia Walker is no longer the leader. She has been kicked out by Joyce Kelly, the police officer, with extremely strong negotiation, guarding and searching. But I will gladly take Patricia instead on this occasion, because Patricia has that nice extra haulage. Okay. Bit of an insurrection there. And still, yeah, Mildred Campbell continues to hold on, which is kind of amazing. Michelle Miller still holds on over in Carriage 2, and Ernest Torres in Carriage 3. Fine. Carriage 5, however, is a lovely carriage. They've elected a nurse with no particular mission skills to be their leader. Basically, they just want the healer, the slightly mumsy-looking healer, to be their leader. That's lovely. And as you can see there, we've now got ourselves a fully upgraded train. Literally, oh no! Carriage 1, the technology level is concerned, has actually dropped. I mean, that's not just theoretical concerns, that's actual concerns. So now, yeah, everyone's fine. Carriage 2 would be happier if they had more defences. That's interesting to know. And Carriage 3 would be, Carriage 3 would potentially be happier if we took on more passengers. Interesting. Well, we can't do anything about that. Carriage 2, we may as well, you know, cheer them up a little bit. What are they scared of at the moment? They're still scared of Shamblers and Drowning. They have good defences against both of those. Actually, they've only really got defense against Shamblers. I could give them some good Drowning defenses plus some extra Shambling defenses, so that's fine. So we'll give them some extremely hardcore Shambling defenses with the chemicals using fireworks. We'll also give you a little bit of Drowning defense. We'll give you some flotation. We'll give you some, some just basic drains. And yeah, that'll do actually. That will give you explosive seals, blimey. In all fairness, that's not really going to show up. So we'll let you build all of those. That will make you happy. It will make you happy because it's a faction bonus because they really like building defences, the salvage team. And it will probably make them like us because if they've got enough defences, they'll actually like me more, meaning there'll be a better little kind of defence against any potential risk from Carriage 3, who are the only carriage that poses any risk of a problem starting. Alright, now, just move forward time until we hit, yep, there we are, at about 7 AM, we've already got there. That's odd. Computer, why haven't you gone yellow to indicate that you're happy with what's going on here? Hello? This is the train's current location. Yeah? Okay. Salvaging disabled, limited to work phase only. Oh, I have to pass by the orders phase, sorry. There we are. Sorry, it's that we hadn't actually reached the work phase yet. We'd arrived in the orders phase. That's why you were being fussy with me. Alright, now. House, nice and simple. Small house, loads of things. There's a kitchen, so we might be able to get some extra stuff. Many survivors left here, but it never actually tells you which one's which. We're here to rescue you, we say as we show up with a shotgun, 2 combat knives, and a bloke with a wheelbarrow who wants to help himself to all your stuff. Lovely. Oh, this is actually a pretty big house. In fact, oh, what is this? A big lounge, which leads into a different lounge. A bathroom that's only able to be accessed through a closet. A bedroom that can be only accessed... Yeah, you have to go through the closet in order to access the bathroom or one of the bedrooms. There's a bedroom over there in the world's biggest... In fact, this corridor, this unmarked, unused corridor, is significantly bigger than the bathroom. Bedroom. A dining room that's only accessed through the bedroom. A bedroom that just kind of has 3 doors and is incredibly small. That somebody needs to have put... The architects in this world clearly were feeling the effects of the Nightmare Fog long before anyone else was. Now, let's have a look-see at the radar. There's no one up in the top lounge, which is actually quite useful. So we know where all the survivors are. They're all basically in fact, they're all in these rooms here, which is really, really good. Because that means Karen Ramirez, with her bloody shotgun, can basically run in and get absolutely everyone right there. Super, super easy. As for Garcia, his main focus is just to try and get food out of the kitchen. That's where he's going. And everyone else is basically going to go and do the same thing. If anyone can find any fuel, that's absolutely magnificently good news, but I don't see anything marked as a garage, so I suspect we won't be able to actually find anything, so in you lot go. Yeah, we should just be able... I mean, the thing is, we have to pick up all of these survivors, even though there's loads of them. So that's absolutely fine. Kelly Ramirez will pick up every single one of those with her massive, great shout of, "Follow me, I've got a shotgun." Which is apparently a thing that you shout when you want people to kind of come with you and trust you. But alright, we have to get you out of here, yells Kelly Ramirez, and everyone starts moving fine. Found a food container. Well, we've got at least a bit of full... Oh, fuel barrels. We've actually found fuel barrels. That's really, really convenient. We could do with a bit of extra fuel, so that's nice. So found some scrap, and everyone in a second will start heading out. We've not even reached 1 minute left yet, and everyone's already starting to move out, so everyone should be more than safe. Yep, with more than 30 seconds on the clock, everyone heads out, and whoever the special person is, we've picked them up, together with some fuel and some food. So really, for a quick kind of smash and grab, this is as good as it gets, pretty much. Nice. Port, please. So no one died, no equipment has been lost, and we got just 1 fuel. Single fuel, that's fine, that's better than nothing. 2 food containers, some medical supplies, welcome enough. Some advanced machine parts and chemicals, which is decent. And loads of survivors who have kind of moved around various things. But Mark Mitchell has a special talent. Small targets. Okay, Mark Mitchell, let's find out what you just did for me. Small target, the military will never directly target the train. Well, we've not been shot at by the military on this run through so far, because luckily the military kind of moved away before we passed through their area. But that strikes me as a very, very useful thing. So the military will never target the train. Perfect. That's a useful enough thing to have going. Let's get this train moving again. So Miller Mountain is just round the corner, but honestly there's nothing there I need. Electronics store, hardware store, pub, none of it's important. There's a rail depot there, but the rail depot, that could theoretically have some fuel storage, couldn't it? And I can get there, but I can get to a gas station for just 1 extra fuel at Yates, which could be very much worth doing. Yeah, I'm going to swing by that rail depot now at medium speed. Unless anything interesting like nightmares happens, I'll cut ahead to that. But we will kind of head there next, and we'll see if we can pick up any fuel there. Because rail depots sometimes do have fuel storage. Because, you know, rail depot, where trains go for things like, hopefully, refueling. So, let's get the train moving and head on our way. Oh, the carnival's back in town. The carnival does seem to be represented mainly as just some slightly weird, swirly lights. I'm very disappointed you don't see clowns. A slightly terrifying clown just standing at the window staring at you. Okay, 2 notes, but we should have plenty. 1 injuries treated by Jeffrey Miller, and predictably it didn't go well. Really? Interesting. We gave you lots of defences. If Ernest Torres hadn't acted so quickly, he turned up loudspeakers, the attack was over quickly. Well, let's see if we need to give you guys some extra anti-circus defences, because I thought you were doing fine. You have, I think, literally everything that you can use against the carnival. You've got open flames, you've got a gypsy, you've got disguisers, you've got loudspeakers, and you've got... Yeah, I can't give you... Well, I can give you more of the same, but I've given you one of every type of defense against the carnival. What more do you bloody people want? Just get on with it, alright? Oh, we've got a purge happening. That could theoretically hurt Carriage 3, but other than that, it's unlikely to do much. So, Carriage 5. Quite a little carriage at the back there. So Stephanie Russell started to purge, but it turned out everyone was already on my side, and Team John is awesome, so it kind of fizzled out pretty darn quickly. Fine. The dream logs of Carriage 3 have updated, apparently, so I'm told. So, this is the Carnival carriage, but drowning has started showing up a little bit too. Do you guys have any defense against drowning at all? Oh, I think they've completely got over any residual fear of old Daisy in favour of... Oh, no, I've already built drains for them. Oh, they'll be fine. If it does happen, like, it won't be for a while because Carnival's still clearly their biggest fear. We'll just leave them for now. They'll be absolutely fine. And the final night before we reach the rail depot, that's either pods or shamblers. That is pods. Pods attacking number 1, but should be taken care of very, very... They've got so many defences. They should be A-okay. I've given them everything they could need. Carriage 1. Physically, we were in good condition. Wasn't a heavy assault. James Garcia was the hero. Oh! Oh, because both Carriage 1 and Carriage 5 are scared of the same thing. Pods. If a pod attack comes in, it goes after... Wait, Carriage 5, Ernest Torres? Ernest Torres isn't in Carriage 5. He's the leader of Carriage 3. But alright, fine. So Ernest Torres apparently helped out anyway. Carriage 1 physically were in good condition, wasn't a heavy assault. James Garcia was the hero. He was quick with the scrapers. You guys have so much advanced stuff. Why are you even using the bloody scrapers? I've given you solvent sprays and electrified heated surfaces, whatever. Use those. They cost me money. Well, resources. Anyway, today is actually the day that we have arrived at the next little kind of area, the rail depot. So, the lottery, obviously, we are sending our usual team out there. That's absolutely fine. They're not; these guys are not suspicious at all that they seem to have won the lottery repeatedly. They have. They've actually won the lottery every day for the past 5 days, which is fascinating. Now, pure coincidence, I can assure them. Fast forward until we arrive. And many survivors at the school at Daisyford. I don't care. I honestly don't. Right, okay. We've reached the rail depot. Let's see what we got. It's not big. And that's good, actually. And high accessibility. If it's got a fuel depot, come on, fuel depot, come on, fuel depot. Fuel storage. Fuel storage. Oh, times 2. Times 2. We start over here. There's a fuel storage up here. And one over here. I think we could get both of those. Let's just quickly equip the team. Oh, we've got a backpack. Backpack plus 10% haulage. Nice. Okay, we want to get as much haulage as possible. That's really useful. Patricia Walker, you can increase your haulage a little bit. So look at all this haulage now. This is now good. This is really good. You get the shotgun, obviously, Karen Ramirez. Garcia gets his fire axe to make sure that he can penetrate where he needs to. And Janet Jackson gets a combat knife. Oh, this is a well-equipped team. Right, let's plan this, because I've got specific plans here. This is all absolutely fine. So, obviously, we know who the first person heading in is. Garcia is going to go up here, and he's going to, breach straight into this fuel storage. Because there's 2 fuel storages, and this is the one that's less accessible. So he goes up here. I don't want him... No. I don't want him kind of going into this workshop. Instead, I want him going exclusively into this here thing. So if he goes to there, he can get there in 58 seconds. Loot for 30 seconds, get back out again. That gives, let's just give him 25 seconds, alright? 25 seconds there. But he's up on his own. But actually, you know what? Janet Jackson can go and protect him. Janet Jackson, you go with him. So you go up there, and you can barely... The thing is, she's so much slower than him. She gets there much slower. So she can just go and guard... She'll just provide him with a little bit of extra defense, alright? That's absolutely fine. Now, the rest of you guys are going to go round this building, and you're going to make it into this fuel storage, aren't you? Ross, you've got okay breaching skills. Is there anything you can do from the outside by any chance? No, probably not. Actually, you can't even breach this one. What? 42 seconds? Oh, this must be a... Oh, it's a small area. Of course it is, because it's a one-off area, and they tend to be smaller. Perfect. So, Ross, you go in here. 42 seconds. And that means you can stay for... How can you get there faster than Garcia goes to... Alright, fine. Yeah, but that strikes me as... Oh, there's a door there. There's a flipping door that... I missed that door. That's a really bloody convenient door. Excellent. Now, Karen Ramirez, obviously you are guarding these... She can just kind of go here and then pretty much guard everyone forever. That's beautiful. You just go there... And then you can just guard these people until 121. 126, yeah, there you are. You're just going to go there and guard those people. And Walker is going to go into here as well and help out with looting the fuel stores. Now, this is going to be a good fuel run. This here is a good fuel run. You can't be there for a minute, though. You've got to be there for only 40-odd seconds. All right, perfect. And that is everyone. And also everyone covered, which is great. Start the mission. No, fuel. Fuel, would you believe, is the top priority. Everything else I don't care about. Alright, guys, on you go. These guys split up. Team 1 approaches the building. Come on. Flipping Janet Jackson is slow off the line. Kelly Ramirez, I believe, was joining this team. I'm here to rescue you. Don't rescue people. We don't need more people. We're fine. Patricia Walker's heading inside. But should be... Actually, why is Patricia Walker in red? Find some scrap. Chemicals, machine parts. Found a lot of machine parts. Found some supplies. No mention of fuel barrels yet. Chemicals, chemicals. A lot of fuel barrels. Good. Machine parts. So that's up north. That's James Garcia up north. I've got what looks like 3 survivors at least who have decided to come with us. We've got a minute left. We're absolutely fine. These guys will start heading out in a moment. We're safe. Now, this is good, actually, because what this means is we don't need to divert to Yates, because we've just done, arguably, probably a better fuel run than we'd have managed in Yates. Because going to Yates will use 1 fuel. Coming back out will use 1 fuel. So we're adding 2 fuel and a stop to the journey. Fuel and gas stations, gas stations tend to be pretty difficult, to be honest. They tend to be badly laid out. So if we were to go to Yates, there'd be no guarantee we get more than, say, 5 fuels. That's only, 3... Oh. Keep an eye out for detractors, Janet. Janet Jackson, I thought you were such a team player. Can't believe it. Right, there's possibly another purge coming soon, then. Give me the update. How much fuel did we get? We got 6 fuel. Oh, yes. Perfect. And you also got a ridiculously large amount of machine parts. A few survivors, Ann Nelson, Ann Anderson, John Johnson. John Johnson! Good name. I like that name. Yeah, we didn't get any food, though. Yeah, I think we should be fine. Let's just quickly have a look in the notebook here. So what have we got in terms of... We've got a food supply for 8 days? Uh-oh. Why have we only got a food supply for 8 days? It's because we've got all of these bloody people who have joined our 55 people are now in this train. They're eating the food. We've only got 8 days food. People get twitchy if there's not a good food supply. Right, we've just picked up an emergency I wasn't expecting. Right, where can we get food reliably? General store there. Supermarket there. Okay, that's fine. We need to go here as fast as possible. We've got 16 fuel. We can arrive 7 AM tomorrow for, 7 AM tomorrow for just 2 fuel. We only save, we only save 1 fuel by doing it slowly. So let's go at top speed straight to College Creek. I swear I've seen College Creek show up as a bit of a dangerous location, but we need to go and ransack that supermarket for some food supplies. If I get food supplies for every carriage... Actually, no, there's a population of 55. A full carriage represents, what, 15 people? Yeah, 15 people. A full food container, I believe, I'll need to double check, only feeds a carriage for, what is it? 2 days. Let's just go into the cargo here. Yeah, the food supply is getting a bit low for 2 days. So every time I pick up 3 food containers, I'm only buying myself 2 days worth of food. That's a problem, because that means we've now only got 8 days worth of food. How quickly can we get here? We could get there by the 29th, which is... well, 6 days away, but has the small problem of by the time we get there, we'd have almost no food reserves left. People get mighty panicky when the food reserves are low. I don't want to get kicked off this train before that happens. So we're going to go here to this big old town tomorrow, College Creek, and we're going to ransack the supermarket, and we're going to get a whole big amount of food supplies. Unless, of course, some food supplies have ended up in different carriages where they're not being properly Yeah, where they're not being kind of properly used. By any chance, does anyone have any just spare food just sitting around in... Yeah, the spare food up here. There's one bit of spare food in 8. And that's food. Yeah, there's one extra bit of food in 8, but I'm not sure if that makes any difference. Carriage 1 is the one I need to be concerned about, but I can't move stuff around right now. I might try moving stuff around tomorrow, because whether this actually means... Like, if you look at this, these guys are saying... I think what it's saying is potentially the food supplies for 8 days, because Carriage 1 can only survive for 8 days. But Carriage 2... Oh, Carriage 2's probably not going to survive. Carriage 2's arguably got even less food. Carriage 3's got a bit of food, but Carriage 3's got... Okay, I've kind of let the population get a bit out of control here. This is the problem. I've kind of let the population get crazy out of control. And that means, yes, we've got ourselves a problem. The food is relatively well distributed, actually. I can't just move food around to solve this problem. Right. Let's just move on. And tomorrow we ransack the supermarket. No nightmares tonight, which is very good news. No kind of emergencies or panic whatsoever. So, first things first, I think we can just use the same team once again. This is a team that's doing me well so far. Yeah, would you believe the same people won the completely random lottery. Now, let's move some stuff out of these carriages. Carriage 10 is pretty empty at the moment. Let's just create some space. So Carriage 8 at least has some food, and that can go back to Carriage 1. Because Carriage 1 has the most people to feed. 7 days food supply left. Carriage 2 getting worried about their food supply levels. Understandably, they've only got 1 reserve. In fact, you guys send that food container to Carriage 2. That gets the food supply concerns in Carriage 2 down a bit, but this is starting to become more of a problem. Yeah, we absolutely flipping have to. We've got a good team up there from the photos at the top, so I've got a good team set up. Moving to the work phase. We should arrive... I thought we'd supposed to arrive by now, weren't we? Should arrive about 7 AM. Okay, we'll arrive in like 45 minutes. Okay. We now absolutely must get food. Alright, now what do we know about each of these locations? Lots of survivors at a bank. Okay, big supermarket. Maybe still be survivors there, fine. A chemist. High accessibility, doesn't look that big. Might have a kitchen in the back. Library. Fog is... How's fog? Fog's pretty low. Okay. Supermarket has to be our first priority. Accessibility is bloody low. Great. Alright, let's just equip everyone up here. Oh, it's not kidding when it says low accessibility. And supermarket walls are really difficult to get into as well. We're down here. We've got 142. There's a back way in here, but that's not even a room. Medium office here. One shop floor here. But I'm guessing even Garcia... Come on, Garcia with a fire axe. Garcia with a fire axe cannot penetrate that wall. It's too tough for him. And sadly, he can't... He can't even penetrate through this office and get in that way. There's just no way to do it, darn it. Okay, Ross, is there any way that you can get up to... These are just storerooms and useless stuff. Yeah, there's no point. The only thing that's worth doing at this point... Yeah, no, not there. Is basically sending all our people running up the side of the supermarket into the front room. That's all they can do. They can get there in 1:35. Oh, no. 1:35. Stay for 5 seconds. Oh, dear. Well, Ross isn't the fastest. Ross is not the fastest. Garcia will probably be able to get up there faster, if I had to guess. So he can get... Yeah, he can get there in 1:14. And then he can loot for 20 seconds. Kelly Ramirez guarding you all, however, is going to be there relatively slowly, but she can get up to there. She can get there in 1:31 and can only guard you for 5 seconds. I'm not letting anyone get that close to it. She's only going to very briefly guard everyone, unfortunately. Janet Jackson, can you maybe get up there a little bit faster? I don't know what your speed is. Actually, yeah, you can. You're a little bit faster. You can guard for 10 seconds. And then finally, Patricia Walker, you can just get into this room in 1:34 and loot for, again, 5 seconds. That's not going to be much food, but it's all we've got. Who's, by the way, is going to be in that room? Is anyone in that room? We might pick up one more person, but not many, to be honest. Fog is a little bit worrying, but in all fairness, we're just going in and pretty much running straight back out again. Obviously, food is your priority, fuel is secondary, medical supplies tertiary. We do not need resources. So everyone starts running up the side of the supermarket. There's just nothing we can do to speed this up. I really hope they get some food containers. Otherwise, I guess we just have to scramble around the other buildings in the town and basically look at the library, the other buildings, because like some of them will have tea rooms. Or, yeah, they'll just have tea rooms or kitchens at the back. If they have tea rooms or kitchens at the back, then we might be able to just smash our way in and grab enough food that we've got backup. Because, like, the carriages you can see start getting twitchy if they don't have a week's supply of food spare. By the time we get to Salvation, we're going to have a real problem. Found something food containers and machine parts, found some electronics, materials. Okay, we've got at least some food, and we've picked up bloody 3 new people. Bloody hell, fine. We've got at least a little bit of food, and in a moment everyone will start heading back out again because they're not going to be hanging around for long at all. 30 seconds to go and everyone is already on the way out. We should be pretty safe unless they are dawdling incredibly. Actually, you know what, that's the edge of the supermarket there. They've not even reached the edge of the supermarket. God is nature, Kelly. He is the fog, perhaps, but it makes no difference. Guys, you might want to hurry up because the fog might be angry. Is that the exit point right there? That's good, because you're almost out of time. Get back in the... Oh, the fog's going to be angry. The fog's going to be... Oh, wait, no. Is there another 30 seconds? No, okay, fine. I think we were. I think that was actually 30 seconds off. All right. So, no one lost, no equipment lost. Food container, food container, food container. Okay, that buys me an extra 2 days. The food containers have all been claimed for carriage 1, which is a little bit unfair. A couple of survivors have moved into carriage 4 and 5. Fine. Well, at least we've got some food containers there. But guys, you shouldn't really be squatting on the food, please. Please circulate the food, because the other carriages are also concerned about the food supply. That's good. We can circulate that more sensibly tomorrow. That's fine. Perfect world. I'd like a bit more accessibility. So let's have a look-see at the bank's plan here. Ooh, the bank. I don't feel like we don't need to be worried about money at the moment, but okay. Storage. Do you have a kitchen at all? You don't. You don't have a kitchen. I'm not sure what you get out of a bank. I mean, logically, money, but I don't feel like we need money, to be honest. In fact, is all we're picking up here survivors? Let's just check the location. 7 survivors. No. I can't, like, if I take 7 more survivors on board, that's an extra half food container used up every 2 days. I just can't. Only 2 survivors here. This could be better. Let's have a look-see at the plan here. We start here. There's a storeroom and a tea room. Yes, okay. So we just a smash and grab to get the tea room out of the pharmacy, and hopefully, darn it, we'll pick up possibly 1 survivor there, maybe 1 or 2. Could be the worst thing. No, at this point I'm saying, damn it, damn you survivors. Moderately accessible, moderately accessible library. And then we've got, we probably will be able to break in here though. So we've got ourselves a tea room on F, whereas F is incredibly inaccessible, and a kitchen on H. Incredibly inaccessible. Huge amounts of bookshelves, which I guess you'd reasonably expect because it's a library. Okay, the library is useless to us. We won't be able to do anything there. But we can ransack the chemist for some food out of the kitchen, hopefully. Basically, everyone's just rushing to the tea room and grabbing all the tea bags they can. That's all we're doing. It's all about food. If you can pick up a tiny bit of extra fuel, that's fine. But the food situation is the one that's got away from me. So you're basically just all running in there. Kelly Ramirez is basically just going to run in, stand by the door, and guard everyone until they kind of get out. We've got 1 person coming, medical supplies, materials, some supplies. That is, looks like 1 person we've picked up, chemicals and materials. Those guys are going to get up to the kitchen in a second. And hopefully, there's going to be some food in there. I could do with at least some extra food, but I didn't see food containers mentioned. But it doesn't always get mentioned. Just because it doesn't get mentioned doesn't mean it's not there. We'll see what the report says at the end. But they're going to get in and out. I've left like an extra 30 seconds spare. So they're already on their way out. They'll be fine. Janet, you sure about this purging? It's the only way. Alright, we've got a purging coming. That's fine. A purge, we should be very, very safe. Please tell me you picked up at least some food. A food container, 1 food container, and a whole bunch of scrap and medical supplies. Not good. Not good at all. But, in fact, yeah, 1 food container, at least 1 food container and 1 survivor. isn't it? You know, that's better than nothing. But that's difficult, and yes, we've got problems here. We do have problems here. What could we do? What else is there? Okay, I can't divert. I need to be heading straight on. There's a rail depot with a specialist person ahead of me. If I was incredibly lucky, the specialist person might theoretically be able to give me some sort of advantage related to food. There's a town here with a gas station and a chemist, both of which might get me like 1 food container. This rail depot could theoretically have a kitchen as well. At this point, fuel is fine. Even going fast, I can get to that depot in 9 and I've got 14, so I'd have spare. So don't need to worry about that. What I need to worry about now is timing, which is to get there, that's the 29th. It's currently the 24th. And I've got... It's dangerous. Right, we need to go here. We'll get there in 2 days' time at 7 AM. And we've got to hope that rail depot also has a kitchen that we can ransack, because there's nothing else I can do in this town, and the food situation is now the biggest problem. I've actually just come up with a really interesting idea. Alright, fine. Anyway, 26. I'll discuss the idea when we get there, but we will arrive in a couple of days' time here. Let's just get through our days. We'll probably have a couple of... We might have a nightmare over it. I think we're about due for one. But yes, I think we're alright for the minute. Now, the morning comes, and now we can keep an eye on concerns about the food supply. Which is that over in Carriage 1, one of your bits of food needs to be sent over to Carriage 2. Though Carriage 2 first needs to... Will you stop just hoarding scrap, you maniacs? Now, 1 food container needs to go from 1 to 2. I'm kind of wondering, at some point, are they going to start refusing to do that? The food supply concerns are alleviated for the moment, but will be back. Definitely will be back. Yeah, that's the purge we heard about. I really doubt that's a revolution against me. The food supply is... It's bad, but it's not that bad. No, okay, fine. But that's the fear at this point. If I can't get enough food together to keep these guys satisfied, we could have trouble on our hands. Purge, Carriage 2, no deaths. Oh no, sorry, Carriage 3 was, influenced by 2 passages from Carriage 2. But there was, okay, so there was going to be trouble in Carriage 3, where there were 13 passages. Oh, damn it, why couldn't you have killed Carriage 3? My life would be so much easier if you just murdered everyone in Carriage 3. Damn you. Oh, well, never mind, eh? Now, it's the 26th, and we're about to reach... Ooh, together with... We're a bit close to a fearless flag there. We're about to reach a rail depot. Okay, and we're going to get there at... no, we can't really save any fuel. Actually, you know, we might be able to save a tiny bit of fuel by going slow. Like, I don't know whether fractions of fuel are being calculated at the back end. But just in case, we're going to slow right down as we approach the rail depot for 9 AM. And what we need to do is, well, actually, what you need to do is you need to commit to your team before you actually see the layout. Well, what I'm going to do is I've got a plan, which is Janet Jackson is coming out of the team. I still want James Garcia, and I still want Richard Ross, and I still want Kelly Ramirez. Patricia Walker is going to come out too. Instead, some nice people like, let's have a look-see here. Like Emily Gonzalez here. Useless Emily Gonzalez. She doesn't do anything. Let's find some more nice, useless people. Pamela Bryant. She's bloody useless. So Pamela Bryant and Emily... Jonathan Lee? I didn't even want you. No. Who are you? You Emily Gonzalez. Yes, Pamela Bryant and Emily Gonzalez. You can come along. You can come along. This will be good for you. I'm so glad you're coming along on this expedition. This beautiful expedition that we're sending. So now we just go into the work phase and wait until we arrive. Lovely, we have arrived. And we've got to a rail depot. Alright, and the train is in motion, not for much longer. I like how it physically does have to stop before you can have a look, see what's going on here. So, rail depot. What else do we have here? There's a tea room on D at the back there. But that's like the far side of where we start off. Is it better just to kind of ignore this area? Is it better just to straight up ignore this entire area and just say screw it? We might be able to get a food... You know, if we can get a single food container, this would be there. So the thing is, if we pick up survivors... The survivors are squatting in the tea room, the bastards. They know what I'm after. They know what I want. Okay. Richard Ross, you don't have a big search cone, do you? So you're going to go over here... and you're just going to search the tea room. That's all I want you to do. You can get there in 50 seconds, search for 30 seconds, and be out again. Alright? You're absolutely fine. And all I want you to do is get some food. Ideally, I'd like to not pick up some extra people at all. There's fuel storage here, which might be useful. So actually, James Garcia, as you are here, you can actually focus instead on searching for fuel. So you head over there, up that way. Yep, a break in, and then just do 30 seconds of fuel looting. Alright, so that's the next bit of fuel looting. Is there anything else that's going to contain food? No, not really. So as a result of that, Karen Ramirez, let's just check the radar here. Okay, that's safe. Karen Ramirez is actually going to head up here and going to provide help to, yeah, you're going to provide help to James Garcia, in fact. So you just are going to guard for 20, let's just say 15 seconds. 15 seconds is fine. So that's absolutely fine there. Now, good old Emily Gonzalez, what you're going to do is you're going to go and search for this in this here fuel storage. You're going to go way over here to that there fuel storage, and I want you to have a really, really good look in that fuel storage. Like 2.5 minutes, a nice good look. And just so you don't get lonely, I'm going to send Pamela Bryant to help you. She's also going to search this here fuel storage. Alright, that's absolutely fine. Yep, 2.5 minutes will do for her as well. Yes, I've decided that I can actually, if I can just get rid of 2 mouths to feed, that means the food situation's not going to be as bad. I get what I want out of here. Hopefully, bloody Richard Ross. Alright, yep, and you're wanting food as the top priority, actually. As much food as you can get, then the fuel. Fine, go. And whatever, okay, Richard Ross, when you're going into the kitchen, do not get confused here. Richard Ross, you are there to steal their tea. You are not there to rescue them, okay? Do not rescue them, okay? Please, don't go yelling, I'm here to rescue you. Don't. You're just there to steal the tea, alright? Are we good? No! Don't follow me. I don't care if they are a person with special abilities. Actually, it's only one person. Good. Supplies, nothing. Supplies, chemicals, scrap, a lot of fuel barrels. Stay close if you want to get out of here. No! No! Stop inviting people! Oh well, we're gonna kill 2 people and get we're gonna kill 2 people and get 3 back. This probably has bad consequences for the train. They probably don't like me as a leader so much if this happens, but we're just gonna have to hope that Carriage 1, who have always been loyal to me, stay loyal. In fact, if I have to, I'm going to have to prioritise giving food to the loyal carriages and just let them deal with Carriage 3 if need be. Oh well, damn it. I bet he didn't even get any food out of the bloody thing either. If he didn't get any food, this has been a disaster. We've just picked up 1 extra mouth to feed. Well, I guess we've gained a bit of extra fuel. With us or against us, Pamela, ask me when it counts. They just speak to each other in cliches. Okay, they're now ready to go. And then we just have to wait for the fog to claim. Actually, how bad is the fog in that room? It's not even that bad. Damn it, I should have sent them to a fog-filled room. Oh no, wait, hang on. Uh-oh, fog's getting thick over here. Guys, no, leave them. Leave them to their deaths. Oh no. The team's actually standing in thicker thought. Oh no. No, this is not good. This is actually very bad because they're actually in less bad fog. Oh no, I think I've just sacrificed James Garcia. Because they're going to die in the fog before those 2 do. No! My plan has horribly backfired. Guys, I need you to flee. Flee. Plan. Can we replan I can't replan the plan. Oh no. Oh no. The fog's worse outside. The fog's getting angry. Guys, run. Or ideally these 2 people need to be claimed. Oh no. This is not good at all. We won't, if we stay out here much longer, we won't make it back. I know you won't. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I've just thrown away a huge amount of good equipment. Oh, the fog's going to claim them. The fog's getting angry. I know, and I really would like it to claim these 2 first, but I thought when these guys got back here, they fled, but they don't. They're waiting. They're waiting for the useless Emily Gonzalez and Pamela Bryant. No. Oh, it would be hilarious if Emily Gonzalez and Pamela Bryant were the only survivors here. Well, I guess sadly we may as well accelerate time, because I don't know what's actually going to happen at this point. They're just going to sit there for like 2.5 bloody minutes. Accelerate time, and we'll see what happens. What? Okay, who just died? Pamela Bryant died! Yes! Oh my goodness. Pamela Bryant died. Yay. And we actually picked up the special one. Medical engineering. Oh, I've already got medical engineering. We got 9 fuel at least. Okay, we got 9 fuel. Oh, right. I think medical engineering is the one we've already got. I'd need to check, but I'm pretty sure. Okay, we got 9 fuel. We've got a ton of fuel. Incredibly, our lads managed to survive outside in the fog for a few days. Yeah, we've got medical engineering already. Oh no, different. You've mixed your engineering background with medicine. Injuries can randomly cure. Oh no, it is different. That's good. So yeah, now injuries will just randomly sort themselves out. That's cool. Okay. So after that ridiculousness, and the fog now very, very high indeed, it's time for us to head to... We need to get somewhere where there's... We just need to go here. Gas station, chemist, and electronics store. There might be something that gets us there. We've got a ton of fuel, so just go. That gets us there on the 28th. Okay? But by the 28th, in 2 days' time, the food situation is going to have got a lot worse, and everyone's going to be a whole lot more twitchy about it. So, is everyone still loyal? Yes, everyone is still loyal, apart from Carriage 3. Carriage 1 and 2, I need you guys to defend me if it comes to it, alright? That's what we need. Quiet night, but I have just considered, of course, the worst thing that can happen right now is if there were to be a nightmare attack on Carriage 1 and it does a bit of damage, that could be enough to push them neutral, which means they wouldn't defend me anymore, which could be a problem if they're the ones that run out of food. This is a big problem. Right, let's just do a quick dream log check just to make sure everyone's still scared of everything they should be. Carriage 2, Shamblers. Carriage 3 should be Carnival or Drowning, but I've given them some Drowning defences already. Old Daisy, you've got plenty of Old Daisy defences, and Pod, you've got plenty of Pod defences. Fine. So we've got 5 days worth of food. Food supplies worrying both Carriage 2 and Carriage 3. Carriage 4, how many people are in Carriage 4? Quite a few. Carriage 5... Carriage 5 has so little food left. If I take that one bit of food away from Carriage 5, they're going to be... Yeah, they're going to be worried. How much longer is that going to last them, actually? I don't know. I should probably send that to Carriage 2. Because Carriage 2 are bigger and more important. Carriage 3 is also worried about the food supply. But Carriage 3 has at least some food. I'm sorry, guys. You're kind of going to have to sacrifice your... Oh, no, sorry. I have to do the lottery first. Yeah, autofill that. Because we're not doing anything today anyway. I need you to send some food over to Carriage... They're going to be so worried by the food situation now. Yeah, food supply is now worrying Carriage 5. But as long as I can just keep Carriage 1 and 2 on side, we should be able to... Wait, Carriage 6? Who the hell are you? Why are you there? The salvage. Oh, is the other salvage carriage full? The salvage is... Yeah, the salvage is indeed full. Look, no. Go and join Carriage 5. I'm not giving you any bloody food, alright? No, not cargo. Move passengers. You are going to join Carriage 5. I know you and Carriage 5 don't necessarily get along, but you have to, alright? Jack Ward. Bloody hell. You're not getting a bit of food to yourself. I'm sorry, but you're not. You're just going to... Oh. Carriage 5 isn't a good carriage, by the way. They're almost out of food too. But never mind. Jack Ward, not particularly useful, to be honest. He's an executive with scruffy hair. Executive with scruffy hair. Not that useful in the post-apocalypse of the nightmare fog, would you believe? Oh, the Carnival's back in town. Nice. Well, plenty of defences against the Carnival, so it shouldn't be a problem there. Carnival was what? Carriage 3, 1 injury... Physically good condition, the fog was thick, cohesion is high. Okay, that's good at least. We're into the 28th of February at the moment, which means we're actually going to arrive at this town in very, very soon. We'll arrive in a couple of hours, ready to do some raids straight away. I'm worried. I'm really worried. The food supplies are beginning to worry everyone, particularly Carriage 3. Carriage 5 is very worried, but Carriage 5 is... not to be worried about. They're tiny. Carriage 5, there's no one there. These guys need to be kept fed. Carriage 4, how much food do you have? You have enough food that I could theoretically send some of it over to carriage, but they're numerous. That's the thing. This is a full carriage. This carriage could cause some trouble. I think we might be heading towards some real danger here. Right, Emily Gonzalez, like, my plan did not work. I freely admit that the plan did not work, but that's fine. We can do a better plan. Patricia Walker can come back into the team. That's absolutely fine. Tell you what, Joyce Kelly's a good searcher. She can come along on this particular occasion too. So there we are. That team is now set up. Joyce, the little kind of police officer who's leading carriage 4 now, can come along. Now we just speed things up to 7. The work, no work to assign because everyone should already be fine. I've checked the dream logs. And the thing comes to a halt at 20 past 8. We're so damn close. We're so damn close. I just need to get a little bit more food to sort out the concerns of everyone. Gas station, moderate accessibility. There is a tea room present. Chemist as well. Small but low accessibility. Electronics store. I mean, this isn't a great bunch of stuff, to be honest, but let's look at the gas station. 1,200. Actually, that's only 1,000 square feet of the chemist. Let's have a little look-see at the plan for the chemist here. Our entry point is here. That's very far away from anything useful. Shop floor. There's a tea room there. Might just be able to get everyone. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll just go in and we'll get that tea room. Are there survivors? Doesn't look like it. Good. And in fact, were there any? No, no survivors. Perfect. The last thing I want is survivors. Don't want any survivors here. Basically, this is just a massive smash and grab raid against a tea room on the off chance we might be able to get a couple of food containers out of it. That's literally all we're doing. With, of course, the added convenience that we know for a fact that we're not going to pick up any more bloody mouths to feed. Now, just 1 or 2 extra containers of food, medical supplies, materials, scrap and medical supplies, materials, scrap. That's not good. All I really wanted was food, and it looks like you're not going to get any food out of the bloody tea room. That's a shame. Now, I'll tell you what, if they can get a single food container, that can at least buy us some time to keep carriage 1 and 2 on side. That's all I need. I just need carriage 1 and 2 kept happy. Keep an eye for detractors. Yep, don't worry. It's the hungry-looking people in carriage 5. I don't trust them one bloody bit. Alright, did you get any food at all? No. Medical supplies and a whole bunch of scrap. Right, not good. Right, next. Gas station. What have you got, guys? Have we got anything good here? Where's our entry point? Our entry point's here. Then we've got storeroom. Ooh, tea room there. Anything else that might contain food? Workshop, bathroom, small office. That's a shop floor. Fuel storage for once is incredibly accessible. The one time we don't bloody need it. Right, perfect. I guess we may as well just basically go... Yeah, just everybody spread out. Fan out. Have we got any survivors? No! That's the last thing I need. Well, the survivors won't be going in the carriages that matter, so I guess it's more important we try and get as much food as possible. Right. Everybody spread out, alright? For once, we're not going after fuel because I don't feel like we need it. Richard Ross, you're going to go and ransack the kitchen. Oh, you can't quite. Okay, in that case, Richard Ross, you're instead going to go and ransack these rooms. You can get there in 1:18, get back out again after 10 seconds looting. Sure, why not? That means you cover these rooms here because apparently you couldn't breach those. Fine. Garcia, you're going to be up next. You can go here and get these 2 rooms, which you can do like immediately straight away, which means you're going to have loads of time to do that. So you can cover those 2 rooms. Actually, that's a good point. If we never go inside, we don't actually have to ransack. Yeah, hang on a sec. Clear that. 1. Stay outside and ransack those 2 rooms from outside. That's better. So now, 30 seconds to ransack those rooms. Do not go inside. Nobody go inside. Alright? I don't want you bloody rescuing any people here, alright? Patricia Walker, can you search? Can you get into any of these? Could you get in here by any chance? Do you have time? 1:05. Yeah, okay. You can do a quick search in there, but I don't want you rescuing people if you can avoid it. Please, don't rescue anyone. For the love of God, don't rescue anyone. Meanwhile, the police chief we've brought along, Joyce Kelly, seems to be pretty good at breaching too, so she can join the search in the tea room here. Again, she can have a good long search. That's absolutely fine. And Ramirez is just going to guard our 2 best people down here. There we are. I just want her guarding the best 2 people down here. I don't want her actually doing anything more than that. Alright, she moves there 16 seconds, guards the area. Alright? That's all we want. Again, food, people. Get food. Priority, food. Spread out. Find the bloody food. If some of you die, honestly, that's actually kind of a good thing. That's fine. Electronics. Found food containers. Okay, good. We've got some food. That should be enough to stave off any threat of a rebellion. 3 more people are bloody coming along, obviously. Don't! Use the shotgun, Kelly. That's why I gave it to you. Shoot the bloody survivors. Machine parts, machine parts, machine parts. Supplies. She heads up there. Stay close. Damn it, she's picked up someone bloody else. Materials, supplies, scrap materials. We have at least picked up, like, I saw it said food containers, which would suggest we got at least 2, which would be good. And then everyone will be heading out in a moment. We should be fine. Okay. Got ourselves 3 food containers. Oh, you utter stars. You utter stars. That's magnificently good news. And a few new survivors have gone into carriage bloody 6. Do not go into carriage 6, alright? There shouldn't even be a carriage 6. I gave no permission for there to be a carriage 6. I can't actually move this food around at the moment, but... Where did the food go, by the way? Food supply. No one's terrified by the food situation. I'm guessing carriage 5 got at least some of the food, because they're acting very smug at the moment. Yeah, in fact, actually, I think they got 2 of the 3 bits of food. Lucky bloody them. That police officer must have taken it back with her, I think. I think she's the leader of carriage 5, isn't she? So, okay. In that case, is there anything else worth doing, or should we just move straight on? I say we just move straight on. We'll arrive first thing tomorrow morning at... Oh, it's a leap year. Interesting. First thing tomorrow morning at what might or might not be Salvation. Get the train moving. The food supply is not perfect, but it will do. No one's panicking. That's the important thing, alright? Train's moving. On we go. Lots of talk about survivors, but I just don't care. 1 more night to survive. I cannot move that food around right now because you can't give orders after the orders phase. If there's going to be a purge, carriage 1 and 2 should protect me. Oh, hello. Fog levels dropping. Safe area detected. We might have actually already made it. Have we done it? Question is... Hello? Do we get to go outside? The question is there multiple endings, and if so, which one have I got? The engineer made it. There are enough survivors to build a new life. Another world under the sun. The survivors are led by Mildred bloody Campbell. I don't know. They do not know what created the fog. I guess they wouldn't. But they know their survival depended on their ingenuity. Oh, so does that mean the most dominant carriage at the end of the day was carriage 1? So they're committed to progress and discovery. That's a good basis on which to build a new thing. That's great. Perhaps they will unravel the secrets of the fog. The memory of the pods haunts the survivors. I mean, of course, bloody carriage 1 obsessed with their own problems. Some still feel things crawling under the skin. They watch the sky, dreading their return. So it's fine. The pods weren't real. You know this. The survivors celebrate the engineer, as they bloody well should do. I'm bloody awesome. They would never have made it otherwise. Good. Even the lack of food didn't disturb them too much. The engineer watches the edge of the fog. And what do we think about the edge of said fog? Others are still in there. Ooh. Oh, I'm not heading back in, am I? I'm such a lunatic. Perhaps they'll find their way. Okay, so there was no twist at Salvation. It was actually score average. Well, that's damned by faint bloody praise, isn't it? 65 people. I got 65 people to safety. And I only sacrificed 1 of them to the fog. Only 3 people died. And 1 of those was intentional, so I don't think it should really count. Lost during power outages. Yep, 0. I kept that battery nice and high. Lovely. Lost while scavenging 2. 1 accidental, 1 real. What was the third one? Oh, yeah, someone was killed in a purge, weren't they? Yeah, fine. Days, 40. Which I think strikes me as respectable. Distance, 70. We don't know 70 what, just 70 trains. And the producers were dominant, which is good, because I actually kind of agree with their the way they operate. Top fear was the pods, yep, because Carriage 5 was also scared of the pods. That's reasonably to be expected. So that there was our first run of Fear Equation, and actually successful. There's all sorts of interesting things you can do, by the way. You can kind of build custom games rather than just kind of doing like the generic game. So, for example, rather than just like the normal kind of one here, this was just like the basic game I think I just kind of went into by default, the tutorial. So the train starts without any passengers, then you just attract them. You can start off with what's presumably a more full train, because it says this one's like, as a special thing, the train is empty. So like in Diplomat, you start off with a normal train, so the military will never attack you, and passenger disputes are less likely to be negative, but you can't upgrade the train, so upgrading just isn't a thing, and cabin faults will be kind of more common. Or down here, you could say that your radio's fully upgraded, but, you know, the fog is extremely aggressive, more than usual. Or you can just build your own kind of custom engineer profile, so you can actually kind of set up your own, like, little rules if you wanted to, which is kind of cool. So, you know, like, yeah, custom engineer, pick a photo that you like, kind of, or you could do, custom portraits. You could put your own portrait into the game, that's kind of cool. And then you can just, like, add modifiers in, so, you know, like, vengeful fog. When the train is sector, the fog stays thick for a longer period. Absent-minded, some days you just can't seem to find anything. Books, map objects, and other notes. Map objects just go missing occasionally. Beautiful. It's kind of fun. Big target, brainwave breach. Oh, look at these. There's there's a whole bloody alphabet of these. Crikey. So yeah, if you want to set up your own challenge run, there's like a million different like things you could kind of do there. So you can make yourself like, you could make your life much easier. For over-engineered stuff, you could give yourself all of those as a starting point, or you could kind of, the radio is sometimes stuck on show tunes. Perfect. Or you could give yourself penalties, like your radio just sometimes won't bloody work. Search penalties, sleep disorder. Sometimes you fall asleep during the work phase. Perfect. So yeah, you could give yourself kind of positive or negative things. Look at them. Those are an alphabetical order. There's like a million of them. That's really cool. So you can basically just build your own. You just basically build your own thing. Can I select? Oh yeah, I can select anyone that I want. None of them look like a carton of eggs, so I don't really like any of them. Or yeah, you can place your own things there. You can actually put your own portrait into the game. And my understanding is you can actually, all the passengers, you can put custom portraits in for them as well, if you want to. That's really cool. I like that. That's really, really nice. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. That was Fear Equation. I enjoyed that. It's very deep. It's very interesting. If I've got kind of one criticism from having played it a little bit longer, it's that once you've kind of got the train upgraded, there's not really enough to do. Like, if things are going well, things are a little bit too smooth. So, like, you know, if you've got like 5 days to get to the next location, just nothing much seems to happen en route. Like, you'll get the occasional nightmare, but once you've kind of fully upgraded against the nightmares, I'd like it if they changed a bit more. Like, I'm not sure. I didn't really see much in the way of a hard difficulty. Is there like a hard difficulty here by any chance? I can't see a hard difficulty option. Like, I've looked over all the kind of things here, and I can see like beginner or normal, but I don't see a hard mode. So maybe I'd prefer a hard mode, because like once you get yourself upgraded, it feels maybe a little bit too simple. Though admittedly, that food problem did sneak up on me, and I was worried about that. Though luckily, there was no twist. Once you get to salvation, you are done. So there you are, Fear Equation. Enjoyed that. Enjoyed that a lot. I feel like it's one of those ones where it's a little bit slow, but I don't mind a game that's slow as long as it's kind of tense and there's interesting things to plot out, which I think this game has. So yes, Fear Equation, great little game, love it, very, very interesting indeed. But if you like your game super action-filled and fast-paced, maybe not. It probably won't be the thing for you in that case. But if you like a fairly deep, strategic-y, tensey sort of game, yeah, could well do this thing for you. There you are, Fear Equation. Probably enough of this for now. Don't know if I'll return to this. Maybe I will one day. Not sure. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and that was the end of my little run of Fear Equation. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Ignore the demon we just summoned. It can't fit over the bridge. Okay, yeah. It can fit over the bridge. Oh, look at that.
Your pantaloons are very, very nice.
Okay, I've got a good idea. I'm going to summon a second demon to fight this one. Oh, look at the lightning!
I got quite drunk last night and I don't know where my Death Star is.